In this short presentation, we will briefly discuss what Chapter 7 bankruptcy is, the Chapter 7 bankruptcy timeline, the Chapter 7 bankruptcy means test, credit counseling requirements, protection from creditors, your role in bankruptcy discharge, and obtaining a fresh start to your financial future. In the past, bankruptcy carried an unfair stigma with it that held people back from filing who could benefit. In today's changing economic climate, more and more people are realizing that this action is a viable economic strategy that can give your family a fresh financial start when few other options are available. Chapter 7 bankruptcy is often referred to as a liquidation because a bankruptcy trustee can liquidate, which means convert to cash, any of your non-exempt assets to pay part of your outstanding bills. The term liquidation can be a little misleading since most individuals who file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy do not have any non-exempt assets, and therefore there is no actual liquidation taking place. Chapter 7 bankruptcy cases can move rather quickly, and you may receive your discharge in just a few months. A discharge will eliminate unsecured debts such as credit card debt, medical bills, most personal loans, judgments resulting from car accidents, deficiencies on repossessed vehicles, some older tax debts, payday loans, and garnishments. Certain debts are classified non-dischargeable debts and cannot be discharged or can only be discharged under very specific circumstances. These include child support, most student loans, and many tax debts. Before filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you will have to qualify through a Chapter 7 means test. Over the past few years, there has been a lot of media coverage and exaggerations about the Chapter 7 bankruptcy means test, disqualifying people from filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy when it was introduced in 2005. The truth is that more than 96% of potential Chapter 7 petitioners still qualify. In the unlikely event that you are one of those few who do not, you may still be able to file under Chapter 13 bankruptcy. If your income is higher than the median income, it doesn't mean that you can't file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, but rather triggers the second step of the Chapter 7 bankruptcy means test. Calculating and determining disposable income and unsecured debts is the second step of the Chapter 7 means test. If your disposable income over the next 5 years is less than $6,000 or $100 a month, you pass the Chapter 7 bankruptcy means test and can thus file for Chapter 7. Your bankruptcy attorney can further explain how disposable income is calculated in more detail for you. Call us for a free consultation regarding Chapter 7 bankruptcy so we may assess your financial situation, discuss your legal rights, and further explain why Chapter 7 bankruptcy may be the right option if you have no income or low income, have little or no money left after paying your necessary living expenses each month, rent or have little equity in your home, have few assets or no assets outside of your furniture, clothing, and other necessities. You should also be aware that before filing your Chapter 7 bankruptcy case, you must receive a briefing from a credit counseling agency. The law requires that you receive a credit counseling briefing from a certified credit counseling agency before you may file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy petition. The agency will explain financial management and how to do a budget analysis, and will also discuss alternatives to bankruptcy. While there are some exceptions to this rule, most people considering Chapter 7 bankruptcy will have to get this briefing, and failing to do so before filing may result in your case being dismissed. If you contact our office, we will be happy to refer you to the appropriate agency without obligation. A fresh financial start may be in sight following these steps. You will first have to complete your credit counseling session and then provide all of the necessary information to us so we can review your situation and prepare a bankruptcy petition. During our preparations, you will have to list personal information, including all of your income, assets, expenses, and debts, on your bankruptcy petition and any related forms and schedules. You will also have to include any applicable exemptions to which you're entitled. How important is it to list all of your debts when seeking to file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy? Well, whether or not failing to list certain debts is an honest mistake or a deliberate disregard, bankruptcy fraud is a serious offense that can be prosecuted. From here, our office files the petition in local bankruptcy court, which will appoint a bankruptcy trustee to your case. In most cases, an automatic stay is entered to prevent creditors from taking any further action against you outside of bankruptcy court. Be sure to follow our advice and do not attempt to conceal your property, destroy any financial records, disregard or violate any court order, or make enormous last-minute charges on your credit cards. Please note that you may only file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy once in 8 years. Understanding the Chapter 7 bankruptcy timeline located in the attachment section of this presentation is critical to making good decisions for your financial future. Please print it and refer to it after this presentation is over. Don't live another day in financial torment. Take action and control today by talking with our office. Feel free to call us or use our free and secure situation case form. We will review your case and contact you for a free, no obligation consultation.